Right, welcome one, welcome all to Season 3 Champions League playoff action. We are bringing you Alargethud coaching his Orcs versus Bleedinghippy's Best for Gore tribute band in the round of 8, the quarterfinals, if you will. And joining me as always is the one and only, the Australian legend himself, Mr. Fashbinder.
Australian legend, I like the sound of that. Always up for some high quality Blood Bowl.
You did catch us. Before we get to the Blood Bowl, we were just discussing the newest kids trend. It's not that new, but Peppa Pig is the Teletubbies of the current generation. And it's like with Teletubbies where they've just found that magical formula that kids are just like, I love it.
Like, something that rhymes and animals.
She wakes up, she comes into the bedroom, she climbs up on our bed, grabs the little remote for the Fire Stick, just hands it to me and says Peppa. Like, that is the morning routine. And I don't let her have Pepper until she gets her breakfast. So, the daily struggle, man. The daily struggle of fatherhood. There's got some guys in chat know. Sarah Mole knows. He's been to Peppa Pig World. You know, that's a thing. Anyway, we should probably talk about the Blood Bowl, Fash, because there is some Blood Bowl going on. I mean, we could just
some potentially great Blood Bowl.
Like 2 hours.
I don't think I'd find it that interesting. Just, you know, for some reason, farm animals that rhyme isn't my cup of tea.
But then her brother's called George.
Is he the odd duckling?
I don't know.
Is he the one the children are supposed to empathise with?
He cries a lot. I don't really like Pepper. I find her a little bit whingy. She's quite needy. But anyway.
Kind of like a small child. Needy and whingy. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, I suppose. So, Orcs versus Nurgle. I mean, with the amount of claw, this matchup does generally favour the Nurgle. But in the round of 16, I believe you covered it, we saw what Alargethud did to a dwarf team. He carved through them like they weren't there.
Absolutely. Mighty Blow and Pylon still choose through AV8 Rotters and Pestigores.
Yeah. I was able to catch some words with Bleedinghippy beforehand, and he did say, I hope my Rotters don't die, was his comment. I said, make sure you bring the good armour.
Sound advice and a sound wish for a bash team.
Don't know if we got an update on the inducements. Hippie was going to tell me, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Looks like just the wizard for Thud. And look, Thud does have 2 dirty players. I'm almost surprised to not see both on.
You can see the logic though.
Yeah,
although
you don't want to be down
without
to.
A bribe, you're probably not. Yeah, if one gets sent off, unless you're miles ahead, you're not going crazy fouling. And that is probably one of the only weaknesses, I would say, of Hippie's team. Not having a dirty player rotter. It's one of the best tools for the team. Both down will do better here, won't it? So I like that a lot. I don't think you pile on the armor 9, but we'll see. Sensibly Thud opting not to pile on. I agree with that.
You reckon? Who's going on the foul if he does pile on?
Do you know what? It's not so much the being fouled. It's then the beast lands on your head.
Trapped on the beast.
You know, you get surrounded by guard boys, and then your strength 4 becomes irrelevant for the next thing. It's not just the foul, because a good player at this level, an opponent can still shut down your killer without hitting it.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
We're going to see a 3-dice troll slap here. I actually wouldn't have minded seeing the troll slap first, just for the mighty blow option, but block is good. And that rotter is going to be stunned. So, a reasonable opening turn. 1 removal, 1 stun, and 2 guys down. The ball nice and deep. He doesn't want to fail this pickup, though. I think he'd have to re-roll this GFI. He might not even go for it. I might not have gone for that pickup, Fash, if I wasn't prepared to re-roll that GFI. I think I might have just stood the guy there, because against Nurgle, you're not worried about them running into your half with movement 4 and 5, are you?
That's true, and then using the reroll on a GFI and then failing the pickup on a 1 and 9, having the ball scout out could be quite bad. I think you're right. But then again, if you are playing NA finals and you are playing against someone who has a clue, taking those sorts of risks, while maybe that one specifically wasn't the best idea, it's those sorts of things that you might need to do to win. People often say, oh, you know, safe plays first, but then they also say, oh, sometimes you can't make safe plays. And there's always that debate deep in the heart of a Blood Bowl coach's mind.
Yeah,
Is
some of his
this the
guys
risk I
hadn't
should
moved
take?
though, so he could have actually rotated round for a bit of a scrim. Oh, first action, double skulls for Bleedinghippy. Takes it.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't know if I like that with a dirty player not too far away. 1 GFI for his dirty player to hit the claw pommer. Oh no, it's not the claw pommer, it's the claw tackle. Okay. That's not so bad.
I still love
I
to have a claw
assume-
off as an orc.
Oh god, yeah. There is 3 claw players, and if you can deal with 1 early on, ball can be safe. Both players with 2 subs. I mean, that's a horrible start for Bleedinghippy. Triple ones, a really stupid roll to 1. He moved a few guys, so the first 3 dice he rolled were all 1s. I think this early in the half, it was correct not to re-roll it, because it's not like he had any other blocks to make this turn. It's not like the orcs are going to flood his half and cage up deep in his half. So I 100% agree with not re-rolling that, and that shows really good discipline, doesn't it?
Yep, absolutely. People might often say, oh, in the finals, much like making that pickup.
See,
In the finals, I really want that full mighty blow hit on
Yeah.
this orc. I want to equalise the drive.
I like the killer hitting the other warrior there, if I'm honest. I know he wants to get him off of his blodge mighty blow fella, but it gives him an extra, you know, when your killer is making these blocks, you want to get the most chance of success you can, obviously. And I think hitting the warrior without block gives him a 75% chance versus 55%. And a block guard warrior isn't much better than a guard warrior. You're still hitting a guard strength 4. His logic clearly was that he's going to get the block with the lineman anyway. But for me, it's all about getting that damage hit. We've seen every player in the playoffs tries to maximize their hits with their killer players.
Absolutely, even if it is a block on an AV9, at some point you will get a lucky armor roll, or even have the option to pile on and get a lucky casualty roll for sure.
It effectively makes him an armor 8 player. And every high elf, chaos, dark elf, human coach will tell you that armor 8 breaks a hell of a lot.
Absolutely. I think
We're definitely
Muldrip's
gonna see
dwarves
this
will tell you
fight
that as
here.
well.
We're going to see that with the GFI here, aren't we? I love it.
Yeah, that's true. Look at the ball nice and safe, and a man up. If he can get a reasonable foul, and even look, he picked up the troll for his game against Muldripster, and it is an unskilled troll, but it's a great man to tie up that beast with, because you don't really care what happens to it. It's not likely to be, you know, removed very promptly. You could almost make the argument that you'd base him for the entire game, and be surprised if he was
just
to
trade, and you don't even activate him, do you?
Yeah. And I'd really like, if I was Thud, that level 3 Beast of Nurgle not doing anything for the rest of the drive, or even the game, to be honest.
Let's see what the refs like this game then. It's a 3 on the armor, so he won't break. However, he will get another chance next turn. This Rotter's down.
I don't even think...
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Okay, not quite. I was gonna say his guy is a little bit open.
Don't think it was a foul. I think he was more just checking to see if he's alright. Gave him a little tap.
Yeah, a wake up sort of thing.
I mean, that's how I woke up in time for this match. Paid a guy to kick me.
Double pow. He doesn't stand firm here because he wants this guy to commit deep if he wants to pile on. He wants to make him work for it, and he would have to pile on next to a dirty player. So by that logic, you definitely don't stand firm, because you know that Bleedinghippy won't commit to that piling on. Whereas if he stood firm, I think he wouldn't mind doing it because he stood between 2 warriors then.
Absolutely. Hey, choice splits target too.
Yeah, very juicy. The only downside to that, though, is obviously if you don't knock him down on that 55%er, you stood next to him, or you're dodging away. Not standing up the rotters, I totally agree with that. If they have no use and you're not willing to dodge them and re-roll it, then you just leave them on the floor. Because you know he's not fouling rotters. And likewise, they actually prevent. You can actually see right here. They prevent the position of the cage just by being on the floor. So sometimes a body on the floor is actually quite useful.
Yeah, definitely. The screen's pretty good from Hippie as well. Not only in the down players, but the stand firm on the beast, nicely placed in the center.
This time he is going to get the warrior. I think he can afford to follow up for the pile-on option and then make a decision. He won't need to, because that guy is off the pitch. Will he regen Fash? I think based on the red cross that he doesn't, and that is a huge removal. Large thud, continuing his onslaught of armor 9 destruction. That's a huge blow to Bleedinghippy.
Would have killed a troll or a beast.
Would have killed anything in the game.
Yeah.
He would have removed Morg with that punch.
Stellar.
Well then.
Something badly hurt though, wasn't it? Something
That's fine, but remember, it doesn't make a difference what it is if you don't get through this game. And losing that guy in turn 3 is a huge blow. I think Hippie is a disciplined enough player, as we've already seen. Like, that sort of thing happens in Blood Bowl. He knows that. He won't let that tilt him. But it's got to be frustrating.
Definitely.
Because, you know, he's been hitting back with his claw and getting nothing for it.
And now down 2 men for the drive, trying to stop these orcs into a wizard. He's thinking if I don't stall them, I need to play into a wizard while potentially down.
The problem is there's no stall here really, because this one of the rotters is effectively trapped. Obviously, Hippie would love to be able to put the pressure on, draw out the wizard, and then play his own game.
Yeah.
But receiving was a huge factor in this match. And his beast goes stupid again. That's only the second time he's tried to activate him, isn't it? I don't think he did him last turn, or did he?
Might have moved.
1. Yes, he passed a really stupid check on turn 2. So here we're going to see the Claw Warrior going around the side. And this is just Hippie trying to even up the numbers a bit. He knows he's just lost a strength 4 with guard, and he's going to KO 1 in return. So that's very helpful.
Absolutely, but a little weak through the left side diagonally, unless he makes this dodge with a number 6 Pesticle. With the stupid beast.
Was that the... Yeah, it was the killer dodge. Okay.
The non-pile.
I like his position in here. The warriors protecting each other. I think, yeah, he's going to go after the ball handler here. It's too good not to. And I think what he's going to do, he's going to hit diagonally so that he can push Hippie's killer onto the dirty player. No, he's not. Oh, he didn't need that assist. He's strength 4 on his killer. He could have... I think that's a misplay, Fash. What do you think? Like, come in... Because he's strength 4 on strength 4. The guard guy did his thing anyway. He has to pile on now to prevent the return hit. He could have come diagonally and not only done the exact same thing that he just did, he could have pushed the down Pestigore, number 6, right in front of the Black Orc and the dirty player. And got a little bonus foul there.
Yeah, that is true. But I'm thinking this, so yeah, look, you do naturally want to take out a Claw Pommer, if you can, as an AV9 team. At the same time, taking away their ball handler could be really good too, but...
No, but he could have done both. He could hit the ball handler and push the downed killer into the foul.
Oh, sorry, I'm with you. Well, I'm looking at a different killer.
I'm still hitting the same target.
Yeah, you're quite right, actually. The down man.
Like, I actually think the ball carrier is the higher priority target for me, simply because there's 3 Claw Mighty Blows. Like, if you can hit the Pommer, that's great. But at the same time, you know, it's not like you're taking away their only Claw Mighty Blow.
Yeah, and look, I guess you're right. It wouldn't be a bad idea to start being a little more, I don't know, what's the word? Juicy Lucy?
He's going to no assist foul him. No, pretty disciplined. With a bribe, I wouldn't mind. I mean, that's one of the few situations where Sneaky Git would actually be okay. What's the cheapest player in the game that gets access to Dirty Player and Sneaky Git? Is it a Pro Elf lineman? 60k with agility and standard access?
I wouldn't even know my own name at this hour.
Oh dear. Well, at that point, see, if he had Sneaky Git, that would actually be a good foul, wouldn't it? Because you would foul him if he was surrounded, 100%. And Sneaky Git eliminates the sending off for no armor break.
Yeah,
Obviously,
true.
it's a little bit bloaty. It would make him a 100k player, but still good value on that ball carrier, isn't it? So Claw Mighty Blowman not making his hit. Turn 4, I don't mind seeing Hippie re-roll this, yeah. Because he's got a 75% chance of knocking this Black Orc down. And it's going to help him punch a big hole. The Beast does take down the Troll. Both are fine, though. Notice that now Hippie's looking towards pressure, that he does stand his Rotters up finally. So again, that's just solid gameplay, isn't it? Keep them on the floor until you want to start tying people up. And that that Black Orc removal was his cue to sort of start getting a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, the fewer men on the field for every team, the harder it is to protect the ball. As there'll always then be an Agi 3, or in this case, an Agi 2 dodge for number 8 Pestior. And with 4 strength men on the ground, only 2 linemen screening.
How's the blodger, Fash?
No breaks are pretty crucial for Thud this turn. A single stun and he'd be...
He's done well to survive the claw hit so far.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got his red carpet formation, but he really needs to make sure this ball carrier is screened off at the moment because the claw pommer's in the perfect spot. Takes 2 dice on the Nurgle warrior. He will follow this up, I think, or will he not? I think he has to. Wowee. He's got to pile this on, I think. It's not a natural armor break, but he gets clawed in the face if he doesn't.
That's fair enough. Yeah, not potatoing and retreating, I think, is a good idea.
Yeah, one thing I think also, on top of the dirty players, that I would say Hippie is missing is a frenzy guy. I do like to see a frenzy horns player.
I have been coerced. What, not coerced? What is it? Seduced? By the frenzy, frenzy jugger?
Well, just think, I mean, it just prevents him getting that nice, easy protection on this ball because he can't cover that sideline.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always sad if you do make a nice screen, if someone is making that sideline push, and an elf makes a 4+3+. And, when you really think about it, with a dodge roll and a team roll, isn't even that hard. And I think the frenzy to just stop them from even attempting that is a great pickup for every team.
Yeah, because they can't baste you within 2 squares of the end zone. And it works so well on a horns player because to hit the strength 3s, you don't even need to bring an assist. One of the biggest things when we talk about surfing is weighing up the commitment that you have to put into a surf versus the reward. And just the horns players have such a lower commitment value to surf it. Especially as Pestigors and Beastmen get it on a normals, and they start with horns. Oh, tell a lie, he does actually have one on the bench. There's a frenzy dodge guy on the bench. Why is he sidelined, Fash?
I think it'd be a great defensive tool.
Yeah. Another claw hit. Is this the Pommer? So we are going to see a piling on here. Looking for some damage. Double stun. So both Pommers on the deck with double stuns. The Beast takes down the Troll again. He's having a great time of this Troll, isn't it? But the Troll is paying for himself in that he's tying up the Beast. We're going to see a dodge. We're going to see the Pommer get fouled by a Rodder. He's got 2 assists on this foul. It's a 6. No armor break, no send off.
Just a one assist.
Was it not 2? The Warrior? Oh no, the Warrior's based. Okay, yeah, the Warrior's based in the Dirty Player. I just saw that.
Another thing I really like from Hippie is the Nurgle Warriors being well spread. So if we look at the clock, it's turn 6. Back of your mind, you're thinking, alright, how's Hippie gonna score? How's Alargethud gonna score? You know, this Black Orc blocks to clear, and then, you know, maybe a GFI handoff if he wasn't careful, and then a move 6 blitzer.
The problem Thud's got himself into is there's only 2 guys free for the Orcs.
The Beast making successful blocks over the last couple of turns has put him on the back foot a little. And not being able to block for a push on the stand firm Beast either.
No, he needs a knockdown, and he's not hitting with a block player. I wouldn't actually hate seeing the Black Orc come in and block him to like blitz him here, just to free up the other Black Orc and try and get some players in relevant. Because I actually think putting another Black Orc there is a mistake. Because now instead of having 3 players tied up on a Beast, you've got 4. Or can he blitz him with the downed guy? Strength 4, 5, 6, 7 with the 3 assists. The Beast is 5, 6, 7, 8. So no is the answer. He hasn't got enough hitting power to fight back here. Alargethud's in a terrible spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see him fall back here, Fash. And that is a really bad spot on turn 6, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, the Beast denying the handoff play. I think against other movement 6 teams, it might have been an option if you could tie up the number 6 Pestigor. Or the claw bombing Pestigor. And your potato then wouldn't be a potato.
2 disturbing presences makes the handoff not a thing.
Indeed.
Is he going to 1 dice blitz with his ball carrier? Or is he going to dodge first? Because if he fails a dodge, it's catastrophic. If he makes the 1 dice blitz, he's probably okay.
Still it's a power blodger.
He's got tackle.
Oh, he does. I guess Alargethud's... Oh, fair enough.
I don't like to see that happen, Fash. I think there's never an excuse to do that.
Well, unless you think that you've got no other option. But I mean, if it was a push, he then 2 dice...
Wow!
Oh.
That is unbelievable, Fashbinder. I do not take any pleasure in seeing that happen. As much as it is good for the game and good for the show, that is an unfair result. He took a risky 1 dice with his ball carrier. He rolled a power which was lucky enough on itself. He then proceeded to kill the player, the star ball carrier of Hippie's team, with no kill skills, who then failed his regen. I am sorry, that was a prime example of a substandard play rewarded.
1 die blocks should never break armor.
Right. I would have rather seen the dodge first to potentially make the 2 dice, but then he should have had someone else to screen though, because then he opens himself up. I don't know. I think he just got rewarded for an absolute travesty of a play, Fash.
Yeah,
the rects are coming out in my chat, but I don't know. I'm gonna see that again, but I mean, I know the 1 in 9 dodge would have really opened him up, but oh my word.
If I'm not mistaken, still a single GFI for the tackle bomber after the claw moves the dirty player.
Yeah.
No GFI had that ball carrying beast still been standing. And cleared the lineman. It still wouldn't have cleared the lineman, I don't think. I think you'd still make that GFI blitz and have the ball carrier recover. And then Hippie's got the ball in his hands if it wasn't a 1-die for a 5+.
I think Hippie needs to just focus up and not get tilted here. Because he got, he got himself from 2 men down, including an injured warrior, into a position where he forced a 1 dice out of the ball carrier and had a good sacking threat.
But it would have had a good recovery as well.
And I think he's going to get a hit on the ball here with a couple of GFIs.
Yeah, just the one.
Or one. Oh my word. That is, I don't know what that is, Fash. And of course, the guy with the double killing skills does
Wants
nothing.
to get out 3. Oh man, with no one to recover the ball, I wouldn't mind piling on just to get that stun. Then again, not piling on, 1 died again into pickup, into touchdown, or even the bolt. Whereas had he piled on and broken armor for even just a stun, the recovery plays a bit more rubbish.
Terrible.
Because surely he just gets 1 died for the push.
And that's one of the, Nurgle are a very strong team. But one thing when you're playing Nurgle is you don't really worry about the 2-turn.
Oh, he doesn't have piling on. My bad.
Unless there's a couple of badges. No, he blitzed with the piling on guy is movement busted, so he's actually quite limited. Thud could zap here. He doesn't need to though, I don't think.
Oh, look, with the ball carrier, a 4-strength ball carrier out. 4 strengths, 2 heads, blodge, ball carrier out. And a warrior out. I don't think he needs to do much from here other than make safe plays. And
when should he make those safe plays, Fash? Is there a specific time that safe plays should be made in your turn?
They should be made first.
That's
well,
right.
The real phrase.
What if I'm a regular Twitch viewer and I wish to express the need for safe plays first in the form of an emote? How could I get such an emote?
I'm sure there are plenty of high quality Blood Bowl channels around that could let you get access to a global emote that does that.
Awesome.
Safe place first is the actual phrase. Consider safe place first is the actual phrase. So yes, you should always try to stand people up. Think about, are they going to dodge? Are they going to move? And you can always break that rule if you think that it's a better choice. So for example, you might make a first action dodge if it makes your entire turn better, even though that isn't strictly safe, as long as you're aware that it's a risk.
Yeah, I mean, as you advance in skill level, you learn to prioritize as well.
Absolutely.
Sometimes an unsafe play can then enable a load of good stuff to happen. Ergo, it has to take priority. I don't think. Do you make a dodge here, or do you make a 1 dice? So the dodge is a 1 in 9. Don't worry, never mind. Just power him.
Troll 6s.
The Orc playbook. Just power him. Would you be surprised if this guy dies?
Not really.
Not really.
I'd expect at least a KO from Thud.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, finish off what he started with Mold Dripster. GFIs gives the Nurgle 2 turns. I don't know if Hippie even has babes.
We'll soon find out.
Black comes back, that's huge. And Hippie is not having the best time of it here, dice-wise.
It's actually Thud had the double babe.
Yeah, if I'm Thud now, I'm going into overdrive with the fouling.
Definitely. It's almost the advantage on scoring a little bit earlier against Nurgle. You'll get at least 1 turn. Yeah. But at the same time, look, you weren't able to deny it unless you just don't score, which is of course not an option. But still taking 2 claw hits, 4 shooters that the other claw stayed out. Hippie's gonna have to have a blinder to score through a wizard with no ball carrier. And I just don't think he can do it.
He needs every Claw Mighty Blow hit to be a removal here, and I think it can be done. You know, he's still got. He's going to get a double hit of Claw Mighty Blow this turn. He's going to get, you know, the start of the second half. It's an overtime format. You know, if he takes control of the second drive, I think it'll be a very tall order to score this turn. You might even see Hippie not attempt it because of the overtime format. He might think it's not worth putting because someone half decent out in front.
He won't really be able to escape the tackle. Definitely don't want to give a freebie on your Pommer.
This blitz for number 6, like the plus movement is actually surprisingly huge on him because it makes him a perfect sweeper from the central position. From the center of the field, he can reach anywhere in his own half without any GFI. Quick Snap is definitely handy for Hippie right now. Orcs didn't consume a single reroll, did they?
Well, I think they've got 3, so I'd say not. Can't
They've
really
never
remember
got a
him using it
3-1.
either. I think
Hippie had double skulls twice in his drive.
yeah, and then that one rerolled block.
Yeah, the greed block on turn 4, which I agree with. That's kind of the schedule I stick to when I'm bashing. You know, if there's a pretty juicy block turn 4 and I'm still sitting on 3 rerolls, I'd probably reroll it, unless I have some other stuff to do. So I think we're going to see a red carpet here, Fash.
Yeah, but look, you do make a really good point, and is it even worth it? He'll have 4 men pretending to score, risking the foul.
Blow hit, 75% on the troll, unsuccessful. God, he's having a rough time of it, but I don't think he's going to lose focus. I think he'll give it his all to the end, and I don't ever want to call a game over earlier than it is. A 1 in 27 from the Beast. Rerolls, the loner. Oh, okay. I guess he had to because he hadn't really made any progress. He does get rewarded with an injury.
On the dirty player as well.
Bust on the dirty player. So there is one other dirty player, but that's a good start.
Yeah, look, it's one of the probably 6 he'll need if he's looking to win this game.
We need a knockdown here for Mr. Hippie, which he does get. And with that dirty player off, he can probably pile on a bit more bravely. Because my only thought process there is, you know, he's not screening off that guy because he's only movement 5. So he doesn't have much more use for this drive, does he?
Yeah, that's true. And there's only the one score threat that's going to be met by the 4 strength.
Who's going to foul him? Who's he going to foul with? Look at the position of the only remaining lineman.
He's not going anywhere for sure.
So I think piling on was correct there. There's no danger of them getting round the back because of the beast and the 2 warriors. If the rotter play was the same, I think I like the pile on there, to be honest, because you need to do some damage.
That's true, but if we look at the front of the screen, the garden man gets marked, the other unskilled warrior gets marked. Presumably the rotter gets blitzed and the dodge frenzy gets triple marked. You want someone available to blitz to clear the dodge frenzy.
Yeah, that's true, actually. He's thinking ahead, isn't he?
But then again,
if he's getting triple marked...
Yeah, and probably marked by stand firm as well.
To frenzy yourself, yeah.
You're right. Maybe cancelling the... Well, look, he can't really cancel exist on the guard either. Yeah, look, Alargethud really could shut this down. He's got the rerolls for the GFIs. I think he can make this blitz on the rotter. Triple tag the Pestigor in a manner that can't be blitzed through.
Just throwing it out there, he only needs to do 2 GFIs for the killer to hit because he's movement 7. He can ignore the rotter. He can shut down the rotter and blitz the frenzy man.
No,
and he's got a 75% knockdown rate. And that's the move 7 coming into effect. He doesn't even need to do a dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. GFI. Bam. 2 dice because he's strength 4. No dodges because he's move 7. Seems like the play to me.
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
The only downside of that play is if he does double 1 the GFI, he suddenly, Hippie is looking at a 4+3+ to score. Or
well, I think you'd still make safe plays first. Things that might involve fewer dice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you're not blitzing the rotter, the only guy that can reach the ball carrier is the killer.
Yeah, true.
So the GFIs will always result. A GFI failure will always result in that ball carrier being open, and he's just blocked his own path. Okay, so not risking the GFIs, and actually opting to smash the rotter and then shut down the Pestigor. I think I prefer large thuds play, actually.
Really? I think I prefer yours the more I look at it compared to this.
No, the more I think about it, the more I prefer large thuds plays, because think of the failure state of the GFIs.
It's pretty bad.
And you have to make 2 of them, right? So
yeah,
the failure
I guess
state of failing the GFI
opens up a hole as well.
It's actually pretty likely. Whereas this, you're not doing anything worse than a 1 in 1,276 or 96 rather. You're gonna shut this guy down with mans anyway.
Yeah.
I think I actually prefer large thuds play here than my initial one. Although he can reach and it is very tempting.
What if it was a both down?
This play gives him the chance. Sorry?
What if it was a both down skull on the block on the rotter? He'd be completely blocked off.
Down. Yeah, but then he could do the GFIs as his backup plan.
Yeah, but they're shitter GFIs. They'd only tag the corner. The pommel would clear.
Don't forget he made it 3 dice.
That's true.
So it would have to be a 1 in 27, and not only that, he would have re-rolled it, wouldn't he? Because that was the first GFI he made. So the chances of not getting that rotter down were pretty low, weren't they?
Yeah, fair enough.
We're talking 80-90% of the time that rotter goes down on 6 dice. The troll is going to slap the warrior number 4 around the face. This is a warrior that Bleedinghippy cannot afford to lose. And I think I'll make the 1 dice here with the lineman. Don't mind that. You got 3 rerolls. Nah, you don't reroll that for damage, I don't think. 50-50, you don't want to skull it. Well, this is an awkward spot for Hippie now, isn't it?
It'll be some dice and no rerolls, so not too optimistic, really.
I don't think he'll go for it. Or as a last resort. I think he'll look for the juiciest claw hit. 3 of Thud's blitzers have got dodge, and the other one has got a double stat boost. Pretty good going, isn't it? Really.
Definitely blodge.
You can see why this Orc team had a pretty good record going into this. Pretty well built, pretty well min-maxed as well. You know, no bloaty linemen, just some nice couple of dirty players. One with block. Hippie definitely piles this on, doesn't he? There's no reason not to. Oh no, it's a KO. Well, no, I think you pile on a KO.
It has 2 vibes. Yeah, 2 babes.
I think you pile on there.
100%
correct. Only a badly hurt. Does Thud push hard for the win with the Apo here? He's thinking about it. I think Apoing is correct. You don't want to lose a guard player and a mighty blow player. Yeah, you're playing to win. You're not playing to worry about players.
Oh baby, that's rowdy still. He's in such a good spot so far. He's got a wizard for his drive.
The problem is you start to lose guard players, and the Nurgle have still got 3 claw mighty blows in play. You can soon be losing those people. I may have thought about not doing it simply because it's very unlikely that Hippie scores this turn, but...
Yeah, look, Hippie doesn't score and has to score into a wizard against 11 men.
Whoa, hang on. He can actually dodge backwards and forwards. 3+3+ dodge. The second one will have a reroll, and then he could just long bomb it. That's probably a more likely play than the catch, isn't it? Oh no, because it's going to make the pass a 5+. There's going to be a 5+ involved regardless. So I actually feel that you make the pass first because you're not risking the dodge unless you've caught the ball.
Yeah, that's pretty sound.
By making the dodges first, you open yourself up to an armor roll that you potentially didn't need to make. If there's a 5+ at some point in the action, I think it's best to do it first.
It'd been 11 square pass if he made no GFIs.
Wow, ops for the dodges first.
Nails
It
it.
actually worked out in his favour. He's gonna need the long bomb of his life. This will be Nurgle bullshit to the extreme. It's going to be a 5+. Did he make it?
Holy shit.
No.
No!
He's dropped it on the line. That
Nuffle.
rotter. He nearly saved the day, but denied by the 3+. Of all the things to be denied by, Fash.
He almost large-thudded large thud. Remember the Muldripster match where there was a large thud scoring play on, I think in the first half, was a 5+, 3+?
Easy. I mean, that's... You guys call it a last-ditch scoring play. I call it turn 8 most of the time.
Yeah, one time. Had to try.
One time.
Yeah.
One time. Cool. That was right on the border, wasn't it?
Oh man, I thought he had it once I saw that 6 on the pass. I really thought he had it.
And just think, Fash, that greed reroll turn 4 ended up costing him a touchdown potentially.
Yeah, true. That's always the case, so it's, you know, why did I have to roll the double skulls and my opponent didn't? You always feel a little bit sad. But no, that's really what rerolls are for. They are for double skulls. Or a play that results in you know, winning the game.
Yeah.
I really hate the greed reroll, but occasionally you have to do it.
See,
Well, you don't have to, but you want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had to make that reroll just to try and keep in the numbers game.
Yeah, and on a team without a lot of block. Yeah, a couple of unskilled warriors, a couple of unskilled rotters.
I think this is far from done though, Fash. If
True, the wizard could be a 1.
Work,
he could potentially successfully get away from tackle, run it in. Thud doesn't count as score, we get to overtime. And Claw removes a man on every block.
You know, he could get in a great spot and force the wizard in a suboptimal play and still recover from it.
Tell you what, won't be a sure hands full strength recovery though.
There won't be, but the thing is as well here is if Bleedinghippy takes complete control of the drive, he can just make it so the wizard's not really an option, and Thud saves it for overtime. In which case, you know, then you just need to keep it. You just need to keep in position that it's never good. We've seen a lot of people save their wizard far too long, and there we go. A KO is a good start to taking over the drive.
Is Hippie down a man? I think he is. 10 on 10, so equalizing with that KO.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, taking control of the drive in taking back the numbers, I suppose.
Yeah.
Definitely can't foul, though. That kind of sucks. Although, is it? Nah. He's not fouling, is he?
Oh, I don't know. What else would we put the warrior for unless to block it for next turn?
Nah, he's just shutting down the line. If he didn't rotate that warrior, then they could just blitz that rotter and start sending some orcs up that way. He's just shoring up his line. He's keeping his warriors together so that they can't be blitzed as well. And there's no reroll for that. Especially not with an overtime format. There wouldn't be in a normal game, let alone overtime.
Yeah, that's true. Another advantage to receiving in the first half is that you're not receiving the second time or the overtime half. Considering the second half and overtime as, you know, a shared use of the rerolls when you do roll double skulls on blocks that matter to get your ball safe. It hurts a lot more. Really have to do safe plays.
I think that troll was actually better off on the floor. Because you're literally standing up to give up a free claw bomb or claw mighty blow hit.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I keep the troll down until though, because those warriors aren't going to stay there all game. Hippie needs to move forward. He's 1-0 down. He's facing a wizard. And Thud's game plan here is going to be picking off rotters. Picking off rotters or pestigores is fine. Both armor 8, and the regen doesn't really factor into it if you win this drive.
Oh, I just realised all on my own, that definitely wasn't helped with by chat, is that Hippie's Claw Mighty Blow Tackle Man with block stayed out. And as you pointed out, with Blodge on 3 of the blitzers, wouldn't hurt to have another tackle on the field.
Giving up a juicy hit here on the Blodge. Stand firm though from the Pommer. At least the Pommer's on the field, the best removal tool. Again, we're seeing a bit of Ducky syndrome here. I don't like seeing Bleedinghippy in Twitch chat during the game. I know Ducky's done it a few times, but then Ducky's won it both seasons so far, so we can't really.
Maybe it's the
We
strategy.
can't really berate that. Yeah, maybe it's legit. But you definitely got to focus on these games. Lovely knockdown here. Very important 55% there because of the stand firm. Correct not to go with it. Oof. The difference in this drive is we won't ever see him pile on a KO to go for the Kaz, because even with 2 babes, at least they're out for this drive, whereas turn 8 is a different story.
Yep. I think it's absolutely right. Turn 8 into a double babe from your opponent. A KO there is pretty much like not a KO, so you might as well.
Rotter 1 dice. Hippie doing a few 1 dice of his own. Can he get the insane luck returned? No. I think we're about to see the Claw Pommer take a bit of a punch though from the killer. both big guys going stupid simultaneously.
Yeah, that's true. Pommer could be in trouble. Potentially an open rotter, but maybe not if these guard Blackhawks go in. It puts the pressure on. It'd be a hefty commitment. It could be a potentially costly commitment if he wanted to protect his Pommel from a foul.
I don't think Hippie can foul though, can he? He's already guaranteed to be through his bench, even though the value's there. I
think he loses otherwise. I think when it's, you know, I lose the game, I'll tell you what, doesn't even take it. As you were.
No. Okay, I actually respect his restraint there, because a lot of players would just see that as an opportunity, wouldn't they?
It's definitely tempting.
Yeah.
What a 4 strength movement 7 screen that will always sweep. For him to win the game, he can almost single-handedly win the game, to be honest. Always stopping the potato.
Oh god, yeah.
Even on the field, even in terms of even outbashing the Nurgle. If he can last another 3 or 4 turns without anyone dying from these call bomb hits.
Really stupid beast enables the 2 dice on the Nurgle Warrior. Haven't seen a single foul appearance yet, Fash.
Oh, is that a skill, is it?
Again, that is something that could have decided this match, isn't it? You know, if all of these crucial Nurgle Warrior blocks were getting foul appearance checked, suddenly, you know, it's the same as failing a stab, isn't it? Suddenly the guy you were going to hit is staring you down, ready to punch you in the face.
Yeah, no, that's a really good call too. I completely forgot about the foul appearance. That's it.
No, I have been monitoring the rolls, but he hasn't failed a single one yet. It's only a 2+ check, but you do expect 1 in every 6 to fail.
Yeah, that's about right, isn't it?
But it always seems to be the one that either wins you the game. That's the one that fails, isn't it?
Yeah, true. More so than just miscellaneous blocks.
This warrior gets.
I need to block this warrior for a push.
Definitely trying to neutralize the claw. If he'd have activated the beast, I wouldn't have minded the follow up and pile on here, because he could be, you know, he could be turning these stuns into removals, but he's obviously he's very reluctant to go aggressive. But there's no dirty player on the pitch.
Yeah, you're right. If he could, with the beast.
I mean, if he'd have activated the beast first, he knows that there's probably not a counterplay. And then he could have made his decision based on that. Looks like he's going for a bit of a red carpet of his own.
It's everyone's favourite game when they were a kid, Orc in a Box. It's like Jack in the Box, but with orcs, in which you put them all into a little box.
Oh, look at that beast's position now, tying up that Blood Sure Hands blitzer. Ball carrier comes round. 1, 2. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. 2 GFIs to base. A single 3+ dodge and 2 GFIs to sack the ball. That troll's been stupid 3 turns in a row, Fash. 3 for 3. Oh, with 3 rerolls in hand, I might be tempted on that.
Overtime format got the wizard if he really wants the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. In a normal game on the cold ladder, I think he would have made the double GFIs in the dodge.
But look,
after safe plays.
Look at Hippie's positioning, right? Look at all of the remaining Agi 3 players for Hippie. Though 2 of the Rotters are relevant right now. I might have gone for that, because if he then bases with the Black Orc onto the Warrior, brings the Blodge guy over, how does Hippie respond if that ball carrier's stunned? He has to clumsily attempt to recover it on his movement 5 killer, which then means his killer can't be very active. I mean, I know everyone goes, oh, overtime format, but a lot of these games are not going to overtime. You can't save things for an overtime that might not happen, especially if you can win the game.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. If you made safe plays and tagged the red carpet and failed the dodge, Frenzy Man goes up 6, gets bolted next turn.
He's still in a position to deal with him next turn. Oh,
yeah,
Tentacle's doing a thing there.
And then you stand up and take the ball again.
He's not going to 1 dice with this guy, I don't think. He might dodge his stand firm, though, away from this Rotter. Although he does tie up a Rotter, so that's kind of nice. I mean, my thought process is the worst case situation for Large Stud right now is it goes to overtime. So assuming that's the failure state, the failure state isn't you lose the game, but the success state is you put a lot of pressure on the opposition. Do you know what I mean? If it was you fail that dodge and you lose the game, that's a different situation. But you're 1-0 up. The men's are even. You know your opponent has to protect the ball as well as try and bash you. There's not many times that you wouldn't take a 3+ dodge to hit your opponent's ball carrier. And he's still got the wizard in his back pocket with that play. Again, he's opting for the safe plays, but this is exactly what's going to happen. The Nurgle are going to keep switching sides, and the Claw guy's still going to keep blitzing. If you apply some pressure to him, that might not be an option. Just throwing it out there, by the way, if I'm Bleedinghippy, I probably don't even risk using the beast this turn. He's 1 in 9 there. Doesn't re-roll that because the beast is in play.
Yeah, good call. It's a double roadblock. It's not a penetrable line.
Oh, God. Bam goes a Rotter, and that will be Bleedinghippy, guaranteed to be 1 more down for the entire game.
See, I think too, the clock is ticking with only 4 turns left. Let's say that the bolt comes not next turn, but the turn after on 15. He'll really struggle for a recovery.
Well, at the moment, as long as Thud keeps him based, he's actually going to struggle to get forward because, like you said, he can't potato against this blitzer. He's too good. Oh, he's going for the beast. I like that play because that's going to enable him. He should move that Black Orc up 1 square to get his troll on his feet. Yeah, I like that. Now, does he Does he go for a 1 dice on this warrior to try and base with the lineman?
Wouldn't hate
That's
it.
pretty strong, isn't it? Because there's no need to put... If you put the lineman up there for the assist, you're not really achieved anything. Apart from you're still tying up 2 guys on the beast.
Then again, it could be every Nurgle player. Oh, there we go.
Fine.
It happened.
It does happen, apparently.
Yeah, the other advantage would then every Nurgle player on the right-hand side on the ground, barring a single Rodder on Blodge, stand firm, which means that Hippie would be wanting to rotate to the left. And the left just wouldn't be safe. Nowhere safe. But the left would be pretty rubbish too, with just 3 men.
He's absolutely tied down right now. His Beast of Nurgle's only 50-50 to stand up as well, remember. Really stupid. And he can't really afford to put another guy in there. Hippie, first action in seconds. Definitely knows what he wants to achieve this turn. I think he's going to go for the 2 dice. It'll be 4, 5, 6 versus 5 strength for the Black Hawk. So the killer can stand up and blitz that Black Hawk for 2 dice. And that will enable the warrior to hit the sure hands guy. Again, Hippie doesn't need to be forward at the moment. But
Wouldn't
the warrior
hurt.
hitting the sure hands guy will assist the beast in standing up.
True.
But he's leaving a lot of dudes tied up, isn't he? Ooh, maybe you feed the killer? Nah, you don't want to lose more guys. If you're potatoing, you have to feed the killer. Big claw KO there, but 2+ to come back for overtime, and don't forget overtime giving him 2 shots. Beast goes stupid anyway. Oh dear. That opens up the ball here, Fash, potentially.
Oh, no doubt about it.
What do you think about Bolt?
He might be considering a reroll.
Bolt this turn?
With the sure hands man off. Maybe not.
I don't know. You just should, like, who recovers post Bolt for the Nurgle if you just surround the ball? What do the Nurgle do? I mean, is he going to blitz with the troll? That's the... Oh no, can he... If he follows up, moves the troll round, the killer can slip up and sack anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not even a GFI Fash. That is a crucial fail. That said, all it does is add a GFI, so he doesn't need to re-roll this. He can still make the sack with a GFI.
That's true. Also, if he makes the blocks that he's got on the warrior and killer, frees up the lineman as well to react to the ball.
I think I'm doing the ball sack first, though, because you've got a 75% here and you will re-roll it. So that's a takedown because he doesn't have block.
The Old Blitzer has block and the Pestigore doesn't.
Okay. Another GFI to tag the ball with the strength 4. I think that's probably worth it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And now he can do the blocks you said.
He'd even think about the pickup if he really wanted.
He's going to get
4 strength to be hard to take the ball from.
Wow, if you look at this, actually, he can push the lineman. If he orders his blocks correctly, he can push the lineman even closer. I like not following here, because it's another free blitzer in the backfield. I like hitting the killer first for 2 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, he re-rolls that, I think. Yeah. A mighty blow on the killer is still quite important in this match. He doesn't want to take a free claw mighty blow here that he doesn't have to. Now the Black Hawk can potentially push the lineman closer on a 55% knockdown.
Absolutely. Or even just push it. We were just talking about foul appearance. Yeah.
Oh, I think you dodged there because that warrior's not going anywhere.
Nope.
That said, Oh my
Oh
word.
my god.
Oh my word, Fash. What is it that Thud has been putting in his player's juice?
He's been eating goblins, maybe. Adding an extra 6, 2, 3, 7 to his start line. But you're quite right, I don't think he needs to make that block. I think the dodge to either double mark the ball, or double GFI pick up the ball with no real failure state, or the dodge to then tag the downfield rodder. Hippie could 1D for a push. Well, no, not really. Maybe the 3+4+4+3+ to the rotter who scores. It
Yeah,
would
it's,
allow him
well,
to play around the
it has
wizard.
to be, doesn't it? He hasn't
Oh
used his
man,
dodge roll yet.
straight up.
But then he 1 in 9's the dodge? No, it's a tackle. It's not a 1 in 9 necessarily. I don't throw it.
Oh baby.
I don't think I throw it there because. Yeah.
Look, he definitely loses the ball anyway, and
But does he though?
he does.
Right?
The bolt and
Black
the blitz.
Hawk,
There was those.
well, yeah, but you could draw the bolt out at least.
True.
Like Black Hawk fails his foul appearance block onto the Nurgle Warrior. Suddenly your man's not free.
Oh, I mean, hmm.
You're forcing a dodge out the killer. That could 1 in 9. I don't, and you know, I don't know. I think I would have took a minute there to weigh up my options.
Look, it's just too likely. Yeah, Black Hulk for a push, the blitz happens, or the bolt happens, and the blitzer picks it up in 2-0s in normal time. If the pass works, yeah, it's a shame he used the reroll. But he would have got a touchdown around the wizard that he otherwise wouldn't have got. And actually, the rodder's a double GFI, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that without the reroll's a bit spooky. Unless you're probably still getting bolted. But yeah, look, everything sucks at this point for Hippie. Down the board into a wizard, and yeah, for sure.
You know, you just haven't got the players, and now the other Black Hawk is going to fall back, and the ball is going to be chilling.
Yeah, so with that in mind, I don't hate the attempt.
With the reroll still in play, I might have made the pass. But I think I would just rather had it in. Like, I'd rather have it in my hand and give my opponent the opportunity to fail than give myself the opportunity to hand it over for free.
It's a fairly low chance to fail, though. I mean, let's pretend he used the bolt. You know, best case scenario is bolt fails, 2D from the Black Hawk to clear the warrior is also a 1, and then the block is a double skull. Like, that was really a scenario that Hippie holds onto the wall. For in summary, a quad skull.
Yeah, for that's fair enough. I mean, if that rotter ran it over the line, he'd be looking at defending for 3 turns, which isn't impossible.
Yeah, this is janky to win sort of territory.
So I think Large Thud has stepped it up in the second half. I think he's played pretty solidly.
Yeah, well, look, up men and the star players for Bleedinghippy being off the field in the Stellar Ball Candler, a block guard warrior, and a tackle block claw mighty blow Pestigor. Having that off the field for an entire drive was just catastrophic for a Nurgle team.
Yeah. Oh, that movement bust preventing double dodge sack here for the claw pommer. It's going to be a frenzy play, I think. It's very hard for Hippie to recover from here, though. I think this is all but done. And Hippie was definitely one of the favourites. Why did he come from that angle for the 1 dice? Hang on, what? I thought that was a 2 dice. Was it a GFI? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it was to get the 2 dice. It was a GFI.
And then the
I
frenzy
think
trap was always going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. The frenzy trap was happening regardless. But at least if you open with the 2 die, you can reroll that before you get frenzy trapped.
True. And look, looking to power the blodgers is also then the cheeky play in which you intentionally expend all your movement on your frenzy man, doing that first GFI, and then the second
So
GFI for the block.
You can't frenzy trap yourself. Yeah, that's pretty smart.
That's a bit rowdy
actually,
there.
in this situation. I think
I think you're right.
Been a better play.
With
I think you definitely have to make the 2 dice there, though, if you're looking to PAL. You're not putting your game on a 16% or 30%.
Well,
you can at least up that to a 50.
with both passing plays to score being denied while being down men.
Thud's gonna try and hand off here and get a second score. It's not gonna help level his blitzer, but it feels good, doesn't it?
It does, and takes away any risk of
Losing this game.
quads into a scatter into a jugger blodge or jugger dodge. Frenzy dodge. Oh, we got there. Holy smokes.
So the penetrating power of large Thud's orcs has not been dulled. This handoff is terrible, by the way, because there's two disturbing presence near enough to the catcher, even though they're on the floor. I think disturbing presence shouldn't work from the floor. No. I mean, I know that would mean it's never picked up as a picked skill, but it hardly ever is.
It's never picked anyway.
As a free skill, it's a bit too powerful that way.
You reckon?
They're
such a slow, otherwise strictly worst chaos.
Denies the one turner from the floor. Like, you can force even the elfiest of elves to have a 6+ catch on their one turner.
Haven't you heard the one turns are overpowered from the same guy that told us strong arm is good on double sixes?
I've missed it.
Oh, that's the greatest meme. There's a fella on the forums who suggested someone take strong arm when they roll double sixes on a human lineman, and then a few days later made a thread saying that one-turn touchdowns were cheaty and exploity, and sparked a 4-page rant from various people. Good guy Dode went and was the voice of logic and reason.
I want to nerf Nurgle. Yeah, well, no, Nurgle are the biggest threat to chaos, so fuck it. Nerf them. Going for the 3 dice.
Nah, they're arguably a worse chaos. Like, just across the board, worse chaos.
A bit of a consolation prize for Hippie. No long term, though. So Thud going to go through unscathed as well, I believe. Not even an MNG to his name.
You just see Niggled Lineman, isn't it? Movement Lineman, the dirty player? Oh man, I wonder if this will be a counter BM fireball to counter that BM foul. What do you reckon?
Zap the killer. Zap the killer. Get revenge for the boys. He's 3 SPP off legend, that guy. Wow.
Big
what a game he could
uns!
have had if he'd have made it.
For the boys.
He's got to do the fireball here. Probably the coach is exchanging a few words. The handoff will take place and is made. It will be 2-0 to Thud. And now he can't fireball because he already did the pass. Oh, wow.
Saving it for next game.
So one of the favourites there. One very
unbelievable
backed Bleedinghippy eliminated.
Oh look, I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. It can always happen in Blood Bowl, but I think if you were to do that match 10 times over, wow. Large Thud in chat, I'm a scumbag. He knows it. He knows one die blocks.
I mean, can you imagine his reaction?
Oh, you just mind blown. I'm sure his jaw dropped. When he
killed that guy on a 1 dice, he was sitting there going, "Man, I must have banged some leprechauns or something."
Banged some unicorns even.
Should we get stats from that match, Flashbinder?
What sort of stats?
Any stats.
Well, it was a low blocking game, unsurprising really. Not often do you want to see these bash coaches. Well, here's the thing, I'm sure Hippie would have loved to have done some basing and some bashing, and really grind down large thud, but when he was down men so frequently, so early, didn't really have the capacity to keep the ball safe while exerting that pressure. I know how much you love to put your 2 Chaos Warriors on someone to say, hey, dodge away or take a hit. He just didn't have the men to be able to do that. And so a fairly low blocking game.
Losing that Chaos Warrior early and for good for the game was really powerful. And again, you know, the ball carrier he could have recovered from. I think the biggest killer in his road to recovery was the KO not waking up.
Yeah, that's true.
The KO'd killer, you know, with 3 Claw Mighty Blows, that means you're getting 3 Claw Mighty Blow hits on the LOS, both drives. You know, your chance of getting some guys off is pretty good. And that was the nail in the coffin. If you know, if he'd made that 3+ catch as well, it would have been a different game.
Even had he made it twice. Could have won in normal time had he made that final 3+.
He actually could have made if his Pestigo and his Rotter had caught the ball on those 3+.
Yeah, I mean, easy to say once the 5+ was made, both times, but yeah, look, that's how easily it can swing. And so you got to tip your hat to Hippie for giving himself that option.
Yeah.
In spite of his situation, and that's it's always sad.
I like the way he played it though as well. You know, did his killer blitz first. Thought, right, I'll do the last ditch thing at the end. I'll try and do some damage first to try and get myself in a position for overtime. I definitely think I would have liked to see the pass catch first, just to eliminate the option to fail the dodge unnecessarily.
Yeah, that was a sound rationale. So I think it was then a 3-3 for the dodge rather than a... No, the dodge wouldn't have changed, but you're right, yeah. It was the harder pass for the harder catch.
It was a 3-3-2-2 on the GFIs, but he could have made... It would have been a...
4 for the pass, 5 for the catch, rather than a 5 for a pass, 3 for a catch.
Yeah, so actually it was
isn't
one worse. He did save himself 1 point on the dice, actually. So Hippie's play was probably higher probability, but there was probably so little in it that I would have rather made the catch before I committed to the potential dodge fail.
Yeah, I mean, you're right normally. I think in a finals match, though, where either you make the best play you can or you die.
That definitely counts, doesn't it?
Wow, man. No one picks Large Thud over Hippie. That's incredible.
Well,
Large Thud bet on Hippie in the betting.
But it's just a great matchup, isn't it?
For the Nurgle, absolutely. You 9 times out of 10.
Fantastic matchup for the Nurgle with 3 Claw Mighty Blow. I think they outguarded the Orcs almost.
Yeah, and 3 claw options.
You can't see past it, really. But again, this is Blood Bowl and anything can happen.
Wow, that puts Ringtail and Large Thud into the quarterfinal. Semi-final.
Ringtail Thud semi, is it?
Absolutely, for the bottom bracket.
It is, yeah, for that bracket. Wow. So we are going to have a brand new finalist in Season 3. So a new coach of the playoff is going to make the finals on their first attempt.
Yeah, that's true. I think Large Thud got a bit shafted not shafted, but last season
he came
just got pushed out, didn't he?
Yeah, just on the final hurdle. Was it World Sitar with the Orcs last season?
At this hour, I can't recall.
I want to say it was, but I don't want to commit to that on record.
Whoa. So, what would your pick be for Ringtail and Large Thud?
If Large Thud keeps removing players with every other hit, then probably Large Thud.
I think Ringtail's down a man from where he was in his previous match, which I think brings him to 12, because he had a miss next game. I think there was a perma on his thrower, so only have the one sure hands thrower.
His backup thrower was busted, wasn't he? He didn't appo it.
Large Thud has enough tackle and enough guard, and the 4 strength 7 move to potentially chase down these catches. It's still a tough match, but I'm leaning towards Thud.
A cracker.
He'll also have the inducement money.
Either way, because Ringtail definitely impressed me this morning. I think he was solid. I liked his positioning. I liked his ordering on his turns. I liked his speed of play when he factors in his catches. I think he actually really impressed me. Thud, I think, was a little bit sloppy in the first half. He voluntarily let too many guys get tied up on the beast,
Yeah.
which when you can't push him away because of stand firm is a mistake. And he got himself into a bad situation. And let's be honest, a few lucky dice got him out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually Kool-Aid that got it through for the Orc pick.
Oh, Kool-Aid Convoy last
Yeah.
season, yeah.
So, who would your pick be? You have to pretend you're betting something valuable, like 1,000 Fash points on it.
I know Large Thud from chat, and I think he's a good player. I don't think his first half was particularly impressive, but I think he played a very solid second half, and I think he's had a good season. His team is good. But I'm actually going to pick Ringtail,
Oh.
because he's just got a lot in the arsenal on his team.
Yeah, the 2-die blocks from that movement 7 sweeper that he was able to get on Hippie, he won't be able to get on Ringtail with the 4 strength options. No strip ball, so he can carry on any 4 strength man. And look, Large Side will have to make 1Ds for 5+. And what are the odds of that?
Yeah. I honestly, I think Ringtail will just play his positional game. He'll say to the Orcs, okay, you can have 1 block per turn, unless it comes to a time where it suits him.
Yeah, fair enough.
See. I mean, yeah, I'd say I don't think I'm not saying it's going to be Ringtail by a mile. I think Thud is going to be in it the whole way.
All right, I'm gonna have to then play the contrarian and put my bet on Thud. I think the tackle Mighty Blow that he's got, in addition to the Blodge Blitzers, will chew through the short or the light rostered high elves.
Can they not afford to pick a 13th man up?
They might be able to. I didn't see how much money they had, but they had 70k against Sinaran.
But what's the TV as well? I think the Orcs are going to be down TV as well, aren't they?
I think so.
So actually, you're going to expect to see bribes. He's got 90k in the bank, so he is able to go back to 13 men if he wants. And I think he'd be wise to, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. I think that's the one way he loses is through, having 6 men on the field, and it's not outrageous to expect that to happen even, depending on how good he is at debasing. But then again, what about the...
Some interesting trivia here from Anarian.
Ooh.
Ringtail was the guy that introduced World Sitar to Blood Bowl. They're both from Moscow.
Moscow?
That's a great little tidbit. Moscow? I'm assuming that was meant to be Moscow. Is Moscow a place as well?
Isn't it Moscow?
That's what I thought. That's what I assume it was supposed to be. But I mean, it was a little one-sided, but you could definitely say it wasn't boring either.
Well, no, look, as someone who this season that would have had a team in this playoff, perhaps in the wild card, had I not lost my 4 strength, 4 agility, I think it was 4 agility, beast on the game before the season ended, and I just thought, wow, I'm not going to win any games in the NA playoff with this team. I do feel this sting of losing your ball carrier to a 1-dice death, because that's how I lost mine, and it still has a little pit in my stomach. When you have such a great team and for it to just implode in one match. So I really feel for Hippie.
Dauntless zombie Fash. I still have nightmares, mate.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
You've triggered me, bro.
What about the left side of the bracket? We have Woohoo and Colian at some ridiculous hour. And then...
No, so with 9 AM tomorrow, guys, Fash Pack or Lou Binder, whichever you prefer, will be back. If Fash wakes up, I think he will. Well, that's like normal.
9 AM is 12 hours from now, isn't it?
So 9 AM tomorrow morning, we will be bringing you another match from these quarterfinals. Woohoo Boy taking on Colian's Norse. I can't see past Colian for that simply because of, although I went out to Woohoo, unfortunately, I did leave him knowing he'd been in a match of Blood Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. He really felt it. He's down to 1 wolf and has the skeleton of a team. And
I feel for Hippie as well because I failed a 3+ catch on turn 207 of overtime to win the game.
Oh man, it's pretty rough. and then Ducky at an obscene hour. This is the second time Ducky's picked an obscene hour for the sole purpose of screwing me out of watching it. Shame on him.
What time did he pick?
Something ridiculous, like 2 a.m.
Which is to you?
No, 2 a.m. for me. Which is like a normal time for you. It's towards your stream end, isn't it? Maybe 4 hours ago, I think it starts.
Hang on, what time for me?
4 hours ago from now. So I mean, afternoon, GMT afternoon, like 2 or maybe 4 p.m. GMT.
Okay.
2 p.m. GMT, Ducky confirms.
2 p.m. GMT. Well, that's okay because
That's
Lana will be
obscene.
mad,
Absolutely
so
obscene.
We are able to do these matches.
No, I'm unhappy.
Why don't we play why don't we play it in the evening, Ducky? Would you want this time or do you want early time? What's better for you?
Right now, at 7 a.m. would be a good early time for me. 7 a.m. for me right now, so 9 p.m. GMT. Pretty much any time from now for the next 12 hours.
GMT, Ducky. That sounds pretty sexy to me as well.
But no, look, don't schedule yourself with someone else around some schmuck commentating on it. Whatever time suits you for the match is a good idea, but if you did something convenient for me, it would be now for the next 12 hours or even more. That's alright.